So the new Pope, Francis I, is a man of extraordinary humility. He could have lived in the palatial estate reserved for him as bishop, but instead he lived in a simple apartment, and he cooks his own meals, takes public transportation. There are pictures around Facebook circulating now showing him on, the bus. He was famously at an AIDS hospice and washed the feet of patients at the AIDS hospice in a sign of servant leadership, something the church desperately needs as someone who's interested in service leadership. Taking the name of Francis, I think, is a really major signal he's sending to everyone about who he's going to be, on what side he's going to be. He's going to be on the side of the poor. He's going to be on the side of the simple, leading a simple life. Somebody that's interested in animals, I'm very interested in how he's going to think about that. Francis was very interested in animals. For those of us that saw him come out on the balcony, it was very telling that he broke protocol. He asked the people to pray for him and to bless him before he blessed them, which I thought was very interesting. His being the son of an immigrant and a railway worker, I think, is telling here as well. I think it's also going to be interesting how sort of American politics thinks of him, political people. He's certainly not going to be Paul Ryan's Pope. He's too liberal on social justice issues. But he's not going to be Nancy Pelosi's Pope either. He's too conservative on life issues. I personally take some delight in this. I think it'll be very educational for American Catholics and American Christians and just Americans in general to sort of try to, what will they do with this? This sort of breaks up our binary liberal and conservative categories in a helpful way. He's also from the global south, right? He's from Argentina. So this is where the center of Catholicism has gone, the global south. Be very important for that reason as well. I know a lot of people have talked about the fact that, the new Pope had to clean up the Curia, the officials in the Vatican who sort of run the day-to-day things that the Pope doesn't take care of. And this guy really has had some strong words for the scandal that the Curia and other leaders have had. He's even sort of called out his own priests who were refusing to baptize. I can't remember. I think it's babies who had been born from non-married women, and they were refusing to baptize, and he just blasted them, and said this is not at all who we should be in terms of serving these kinds of populations. So he's not touched by scandals as far as we can tell. And as somebody that teaches at Fordham University, I'm really happy to see that he's a Jesuit. Jesuits are very much involved in the engagement with the world. Education, not afraid to cross swords, or that's probably the wrong image, but to engage in a very positive way with secular thought and with the academy. He's an intellectual, but he's also a man of the people, as I just said. So he sort of breaks up, you'd want to put him into a box. He doesn't really fit into those boxes. I'd also mention that virtually no one who was thinking about this imagined that he was a candidate. I think like Paddy Power had him at 33-1 or something, the odds that he would become Pope. So what a surprise, and what a sign that we really had no idea. Even the Vatican insiders really had no idea what the cardinals were thinking about, because what was it, the fifth vote, I think it was? So it only took 5 votes to get to a candidate that virtually no one was talking about. So what a surprise, but what a blessing. We have the first Pope Francis, and it's really about time.